This video, we are going to talk about marginal analysis, and we'll be starting with problem 101 in the chapter 3 review. Let's go ahead and get started. We have C is equal to 40x squared plus 1225, and we're given an x value of x equals 10, and we want to find the dc dx, the marginal cost, which is going to be 80x, and then dc will be 80x dx, and we'll use that to approximate delta c. And we're told to use a delta x here of 1. So that's going to be $800 per just $800. And then we are going to find actual delta C. So delta C will be C of 10 plus 1 is 11 minus C of 10 will be 40 times 11 squared minus 10 squared. And then that's going to be 0. So difference 121 minus 100 is 40 times 21 is 840, a difference of $40. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at 102. C is equal to 1.5 times the cube root of x plus 500 dc dx is equal to a third of 1.5 is 0.5. That's going to be x to the negative 2/3 plus 0. Our x is equal to 125, and our delta x will be equal to 1 again. dc will be 0.5 x to the negative 2/3. Let's call this 0.5 over the cube root of x squared dx. So delta c is just about 0.5 times delta x over cube root of x quantity squared would be 0.5 times 1 over the cube root of 125 is 5. 5 squared is 25, and we have 5/10. So that's the same thing as 5 over 250. Delta C is approximately 1 over 50, or 2 over 100, like that. And So delta C is actually 1.5 times the cube root of 126 minus the cube root of 125 is equal to, let me show you this on the calculator. Math 4, 126 minus 5 is about 0.02, a difference of 0. So that's a very accurate approximation there. Let's look at 103. R is equal to 6.25x plus 0.4 x to the 3/2, and our x value that we're given is 225, and our delta x value again will be 1. So dr dx is 6.25 plus 1.2 over 2, x to the 1/2, dr dx. dr is 6.25 plus 0.6 x to the 1/2 times dx. So delta r is just about 6.25 plus 0.6 to the square root of x times delta x. Delta r is approximately 6.25 plus 3/5 times the square root of 225 is 15. Goes into there 3 times 1, so that's 9. So that makes this 15.25. And delta r is exactly r of 226 minus r of 225. So that is going to be 6.25 times 1 plus 0.4 times 226 to the 1.5 minus 225 to the 1.5 will be about 15.26, the difference of 1 cent. Again, a very good estimate there. Let's go on to 104. R is 80x minus 0.35 x squared with x equal to 80 and delta x equal to 1. dr dx is 80 minus 0.70x dr is exactly 80 minus 0.70x times dx. So delta r is approximately 80 minus 0.70 times 80 times a 1 out there. 0.7 times 80 is 56. 80 minus 56 is equal to 24. And delta R is exactly R of 81 minus R of 80 will be 80 times 1 minus 0.35 times 81 squared minus 80 squared. So 80 minus 0.35 times 81 squared minus 80 squared is 23.65. The difference of 0.35. 35 cents is not a bad error when you're dealing with $24 roughly. It's not great, but it's not horrible. Number 105 is capital P profit is 0.003 x squared plus 0.019 x minus 1200. X will be 750 and delta x will be 1. So dp dx 0.006x plus 0.019. That makes dp equal to 0.006x plus 0.019 times dx. And delta p is approximately 0.006x plus 0.019 times delta x. So delta p is about 0.006 times 750 plus 0.019 times 1. It's going to be 0.006 times 750 plus 0.019 be about 452. When we round to the nearest cent, delta p is going to be exactly p of 751 minus p of 750 will be 0.003 times 751 squared minus 750 squared plus 0.019 times 1. 0.003 times 751 squared minus 750 squared plus 0.019. It's going to give me 452, a difference of nothing. Basically, I mean, there's a little difference there that you can see. This one's a little below 4.52 and this one's a little above 4.52, but there's a negligible difference there. Look now at 106. Says capital P profit is negative 0.2x cubed plus 3,000 times x minus 7,500. X is going to be 50. Delta x is going to be 1. dp dx is negative 0.6x squared plus 3,000. dp is exactly negative 0.6x squared plus 3,000 dx, which makes delta p equal to negative 0.6 times 50 squared plus 3,000 times 1. That is going to be 0.6 times 50. Let's make this negative. It's 50 squared. It's negative 1,500 plus 3,000. It's going to be $1,500. And let's find actual delta P is P of 51 minus P of 50 will be negative 0.2 times 51 cubed minus 50 cubed plus 3,000 times 51 minus 50, which is just 1. And that's 0, so negative 0.2 times 51 to the third minus 50 to the third plus 3,000 times 1 is 1469.80, a difference of $30.80. $30.20, I'm sorry. 1,500 minus 1469.80 is $30.20. Look at some time for the last few problems here. They are not marginal analysis, but we'll just wrap up with them. So 113 says the profit in dollars for a company producing X units is given by P is equal to negative 0.8x squared plus 324x minus 2,000. Oh, yeah, this is marginal analysis. So dp dx is equal to negative 1.6x plus 324. So dp is equal to negative 1.6x plus 324 delta or dx. Delta p is approximately negative 1.6x plus 324 times delta x. And we're going from 100 to 101. So x equals 100, delta x is equal to 1. for part A. So that's going to be delta P is approximately negative 160 plus 324 times 1 will be 164. And then for part B, compare with actual delta P. Like we've been doing. Negative 0.8 times 101 squared minus 100 squared is negative 160.8 plus 324 is 163.20. And let's look at 114 as well. We have a demand function given by little p is equal to 108 minus 0.2x. And then we need to make the revenue function from that R is equal to xp, which is 108x minus 0.2x squared. And then we want to perform marginal analysis, so dr dx is going to be 108 minus 0.4x. So dr is going to be 108 minus 0.4x dx, meaning that delta r is approximately 108 minus 0.4x delta x. And we're told that we want to figure out when x goes from 20 to 21. So 20 is our initial, and delta x will be 1. Delta r will be approximately 108 minus 0.4 times 20 is 8 times 1 will be 100 times 1 will be $100. And compare this to actual delta r is r of 21 minus r of 20 will be negative 0.2 times 108 times 21 minus 20 minus 0.2 times 21 squared minus 20 squared. So that's an obvious 108 times 1 minus 0.2 times 21 squared minus 20 squared is 41. 41 times a negative 0.2 is negative 8.2. So that's going to be 90. Let's see. 108 minus 8.2 is 9980, and then we're told, oh, this was just part A, is all that there. And then repeat that for when we go from 40 to 41. So now x equals 40. Delta x is still 1. So delta r is approximately going to be 108 minus 0.4 times 40 times 1. 0.4 times 40 is 16. And 108 minus 16 is 92. And then if I do my marginal analysis here, then delta R is exactly equal to R of 41 minus R of 40 is going to be, where's R? Is equal to 108 times 41 minus 40 minus 0.2 times 41 squared minus 40 squared is going to be equal to 108 minus 0.2 times 41 squared minus 40 squared, 16.2. 108 minus 16.2 is 9180, a difference of 20 cents. And this one had a difference of 20 cents as well. All right. Let's wrap up now with number 115. Number 115 is an application on physiology, and your body surface area, which we'll call capital B, is given by the formula, in this case 0.1 times the square root of 5w, where W is the weight in kilograms, and this formula is for a 180 centimeter tall adult. So we want our W to start at 90 kilograms and our delta W to be 5 kilograms. So somebody's going from 90 kilograms to 95 kilograms. dB dW. Well, let's rewrite. B is square root of 5 over 10 times W to the 1/2. dB dW is square root of 5 over 20 W to the negative 1/2, or square root of 5 over 20 times the square root of W. And that's going to be dB is exactly equal to the square root of 5 times dW over 20 root W, which makes delta B approximately root 5 times delta W over 20 root W. It's root 5 times 5 over 20 times root 90 will be 5 goes into 24 times is root 5 over 4 times 3 is 12 root 10, and root 5 goes into root 10 root 2 times. So that's my exact answer. And I'll rationalize that here to be root 2 over 24. And then we'll approximate that to be root 2 over 24 is about 0.059, and my units are here for BSA are square meters. All right, that's it for our Chapter 3 review. We'll come back next time and talk about the Chapter 3 self-test. There's just a problem or two from that that we want to go over before we finish up our discussion on Chapter 3 and move on to Chapter 4. So see you for the next video.